All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, about 2 weeks ago, yourbudget.com, an independent body that monitors the spending of Nigerian government, came up with a revelation that shocked Nigerians. They revealed that Tinubu's wife, REMI TINUBU, had spent over 6 billion naira visiting just 3 countries: the UK, Ethiopia, and Mozambique. She visited those countries in her portfolio, the office of the First Lady, which is not constitutional. When Peter Obi said he was going to scrap the office of the First Lady, many didn't understand why he said so. It is because the office is used to siphon money. Billions of naira budgeted annually for that office, and aside the fact that it goes against the constitution, the money is never utilized for the purposes for which it is budgeted. We were all here when National Assembly okayed 1.5 billion naira as part of the 2023 supplementary budget to buy SUVs for REMI TINUBU. We saw the billions that were set aside for the office of the First Lady in the 2024 budget. Now, it is time for the First Lady's office to begin touching people's lives, as they claimed they wanted to do. When you wanted to touch your own life, you spent 1.5 billion to buy SUVs for yourself. Now, the billions that were allocated to your office, come out now and use it to touch people's lives. And REMI TINUBU came up with a move that got Nigerians very angry. What Mrs. TINUBU did here is totally disrespectful to the students and pupils involved, even their parents. Before I show you the video of this her gesture and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this update. Coming from northern Nigeria, it is another tale of tears as the Muslim APC ticket continues to destroy the north. Check out this report. Return of suicide bombers. We are back to our worst nightmare. Northern leaders lament. Until last Saturday, the country had forgotten that suicide bombers once held the northern part of the country hostage. For some years, suicide bombing was almost a daily occurrence as terrorists carried out suicide attacks using women and children, even as the military continued to engage them until the last administration of Muhammadu Buhari declared that it had technically degraded terrorist capabilities. Suicide bombing then ceased. However, last Saturday, multiple suicide attacks were carried out in Gwoza community, Borno State, leaving more than 30 persons dead and 100 others injured. Concerned northern elders and other stakeholders in the region have expressed. According to Reverend John Joseph Hayab, the immediate past chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN), the country director of the Global Peace Foundation Nigeria, the resurgence of suicide bombing at the time of serious pains and hunger in the country has sent fear and confusion in many quarters in our region. The death toll of that incident itself shows that the perpetrators took time to plan before executing the evil agenda. We are back to the era of our worst nightmare. How will our people cope with poor leadership, hunger in every home and every city with the fear of suicide bombers? Also, the federal government and our security agencies must triple their efforts before citizens are pushed to the wall. A hungry man is known to be an angry man, but what will happen if his anger and hunger are further threatened by serious security threats? Northern elders and religious leaders must also come out to mobilize the people to support government and security agencies to fight evil in the region. We should not only be specialists in mobilizing our people to vote for the candidates of our choice during elections and not mobilizing them to double their efforts to make our region safe and peaceful. You heard that? The bombs are back in northern Nigeria, and I don't need a prophet to tell me that the APC chiefs are at it again. When they wanted Jonathan out of office, they introduced this despicable act. Now, they have reintroduced it because they want Tinubu out of office. So Tinubu is being paid in his own coin. And let nobody tell me that the Northerners are ganging up against South. Let's support the Southerners. I don't care about that. Any southerner that pitches his camp with northerners to impoverish and deal with Nigerians is on his own. I don't have any pity for them. But who are those suffering in all this? It is the people of the north. They are just pawns in this game. This is why their political elites have kept them uneducated so that they will never be exposed enough to wake up and fight for themselves. May the souls of the departed rest in peace, and may the APC scatter. May this war between TINUBU and northern APC chiefs never end, and may it lead to the ultimate destruction of that evil association called APC. Now, let us look at that video that conveys REMI TINUBU's gesture to Nigerian students. This woman legit set up a committee to determine how they could contribute immensely to education in Nigeria. And after a lot of deliberation, they came up with something. And you must know that billions of naira have been budgeted to mobilize and advance this cause. But look at what they are contributing to education from that huge budget.
The nationwide distribution of exercise books to secondary school students is an initiative of the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and it underscores her commitment to improving education and providing children with the resources they need to excel in life. Presenting the books to the students on behalf of the First Lady of Nigeria, the wife of Osun State Governor, Titilola Adeleke, described the distribution as a significant step that will complement the efforts of the state government towards the development of education in Osun State. She advised the students to ensure they excel in their educational pursuits for them to become better persons in life.
Today's flag-off ceremony for distribution of exercise book is also done in the best interest for our dear children, with a view to assisting parents. About 60,000 units of exercise book were delivered to Osun State for onward distribution to public primary and secondary school across the state.
You heard that. Nationwide distribution of exercise books. That is the project that the supposed First Lady is embarking upon. Every day we see videos of students and pupils in Nigeria studying under heartbreaking conditions, leaking roofs during rain. You cannot embark on massive school renovations across the country. How many public schools in Nigeria today have standard laboratories and libraries? Have you ever gone to a public school in Nigeria during chemistry and biology practicals? You will almost shed tears. You will weep at the decay in the level of equipment. You are not thinking in that direction. You are buying exercise books. Something that ordinary citizens can do if they want to reach out to students. You, in your capacity, going to do the same thing. When you wanted to touch your own life, you went to buy SUVs. Why didn't you at least go for something that can actually impact the lives of these children? Like providing buses for transportation and putting them in care of the state governments. I know that is not the responsibility of your office, the office of the First Lady, but your office is not even constitutional. It is like charity work. So why not use up all the billions allocated to that office? Make real impact, or better still, don't do anything instead of insulting people like this. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Semilolu says, "This is a disgusting act." I am telling you, a very disgusting act. This is the same person that when coming to office, she said they don't need Nigeria's money. They have made enough money. They are coming to give back to the people. Now, all the billions allocated to your office, this is what you do with it. You share exercise books. Are you trying to say that the parents of these children have become so poor that they can't provide exercise books for them? Or if you think that they already have exercise books, then why are you giving them? Is this not a total waste of time and an obvious play on the intelligence of these people? And this tweet by Grace says, "If shame was a name," that is it. If shame was a name, it should have been you people's name, you and your husband. Because I don't understand why people should have this kind of... You have amassed the whole wealth. You have been amassing. You are a 2-time or 3-time senator. governor of Lagos, everything. What are you doing with money? Sometimes I can't understand this kind of mindset. Why do you feel that you deserve the whole world and other people deserve nothing? 15 trillion naira coastal highway project was approved immediately without passing through due process. Nigerians suspected and they began to make their findings, only to see that Sheyi Tinubu, their son, is an associate of that man. He works in that company. So he's going to take the chunk of that money. That was why they had to approve it immediately. Why? What do you still want to do with money? Anyway, we can continue to ponder on this all we want, but this is the APC. I am not surprised. This is what they stand for. They have come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Who are the people at the receiving end of all these things? It is Nigerians. We are the ones suffering. We should be able to tell ourselves, because everything, all the lessons that need to be learned have been taught. We should be able to tell ourselves that no, we cannot continue to suffer like this in a country where there is plenty. And when the people put their foot down and unite, they can easily take their country back. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.